Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Successful Women's TV show and podcast. My name is Galit Ventura-Rozen. I am co-founder of Everyday Woman Publishing and a commercial real estate broker. One of my favorite things to do is have women from all over the world share their area of expertise. I am so excited to have with us Loren Lahav. Welcome, Loren.
Well, thank you so much, Galit. You are amazing.
We should have just done this in person, Loren.
Get to know each other.
I know, but everything happens in timing, right?
Sure.
Now we can't get enough of each other. Isn't it fun? It's so fun.
So true. It's so true.
So Loren is in Las Vegas. We probably could have done this in person, but it doesn't look as good on the video. So it's okay, right? We're going to go ahead and jump right in and share a little bit about Loren. And then we're excited to share today the Own It method. This is Loren's area of expertise and so much more. So here we go. Loren Lahav is a personal development thought leader, speaker, coach, and author. For 30 years, Loren has traveled the world helping others get real about what they want and inspiring them to take action and enhance their dreams. With her funky style and candid nature, Loren does not hold back and will do whatever it takes to get you off the couch and living your best life. Her energy is contagious. I agree, because I get to see her in person, as well as her belief that anything is possible. Now, her bio is like 3 pages long. We're just going to have her tell about herself and talk more about her topic instead of continuing to read it. So Loren, take it away. Talk to us about what the Own It method is.
Well, thank you, Galit. I'm really honored to be here. You know, I created the Own It method because I've worked with thousands and thousands. I would say close to, we added it up with, it was a little bit more than 1 million people for over 36 years now, high performing women and men who were, you know, they are capable, they know what they do, but I see that they minimize their achievements or they struggle maybe to even advocate for their own value. As you said, you know, I've been in the personal development world, as I said, for 36 years. And, you know, people come because they know that there's more, right? They know that they can step into more of who they are, but they also don't celebrate all of the great things that they've done. So it's really about having that self-clarity and that confidence in knowing who you are. So I say that there are 3 stages. First, the Own It method is you've got to know it. You've got to know who you are at your core. What do you love? What drives you? What inspires you? What your talents are? What your vision is? What your purpose? What your impact? What your patterns are? Pattern recognition is a really important thing for people to understand. And then that knowingness it kind of helps people go from, I hope I'm good enough, to know, I know exactly who I am and what I stand for in the world. So that's the first part, is know.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's dig a little deeper into that. What are some of the things that you work with your clients? And also, of course, we're going to talk about your amazing event in March in Las Vegas that help them recognize and understand that, because that's such a common theme, especially for women. And because this is a show for women, we're just going to go there. Men all day long will remember and know exactly who they are, but women, we're constantly downplaying ourselves.
Yes, we are. It's so funny because I remember when I was teaching a program in Fiji for Tony Robbins, for my kid's father and I. We moved there for 2.5 years. And we were teaching 36-week-long events, and the content is amazing. But I would see this look in women's eyes going, that was great, but who am I? And I say that we go through 4 different stages. The first stage is it's kind of like it's discovering who we are, right? And we're like, yeah, I know who I am. I know what I'm doing. Then we go through a staying true stage. It's kind of like in our 20s, we think we got it all figured out. We got the answers to everything, right? Yeah. And then something happens, you get married, you have a baby, and we go through something and we have to rediscover who we are.
Yes.
So many of us are in that rediscovery stage, going back to, what do I love? What do I hate? What drives me? What inspires me? What is, you know, is my community I've got goosebumps right now as I'm talking to you. I don't know if I've ever gotten goosebumps on an interview. That says a lot about the people that I surround myself with, right? A lot of people do things out of convenience, not because it really fulfills them and lights them up. One of my favorite Tony Robbins quotes is that there's the science of achievement, but there's the art of fulfillment.
Okay.
And when I think about when I see women really know it, it's when they're going, I'm not doing this out of obligation. I'm doing this because this is who I am. Like, I know you said something funky, said that I'm funky because I say to about myself, I'm real, I'm raw, I'm right from the heart. What you see is what you get, right? I'm not performing for anybody. I'm just, this is me. Take me or leave me. But that, I think as we're rediscovering that helps us a lot more.
I love how you said that. And I do believe that a lot of us women come into that later in life.
Yeah.
When we stop performing and recognize that we're going to attract the people that are supposed to be around us. And we're not going to be loved by everyone. We're not everyone's cup of tea, and who cares?
Yep.
And I get sad sometimes when I still see so many women that are our age and a little younger and a little older that still don't get it. But it's just a process of learning. And I love the way that you said how you can learn that. And I think it's so possible. It's work. It's not fun, but it's possible. All right. So take us through the next step.
So the next step would be owning it, stepping
Yes.
into your power, owning your story, including the challenges and the growth. I don't know about you, but if someone were to ask me to do my life differently, I would say, no, I'm good because I've learned from so many different experiences that I've had, right?
Yes.
And they were all not wonderful.
No.
All. Owning those, that gave me the resilience that I have. It gave me the work ethic that I have. All of those, really owning your story. The second thing is owning your voice. It's a big thing that we talk about. I share with you about Arthur Joseph, and he helped me really step into my sovereignness, that Queen Esther that knew who she was, speaking clearly without shrinking. Owning your accomplishments. You should be proud of the things that you've done, not minimizing them or apologizing for them. The other thing is your expertise. I think a lot of us as well, I know a lot of us, we just kind of go, well, I'm one of those. There's a girl that's in part of my mastermind, and she was talking about that she was a therapist. And I'm like, no, you're the therapist, right? And so she goes, yeah, I'm the therapist. And trusting your decisions. The other thing that is very important that my husband helped me with a lot, and I think women, we don't do so much that we need to all do a better job of, is owning our boundaries, protecting your time and protecting your energy. I was doing a lot of business. I still do a lot of business over in Australia. And I remember that, most of the calls that I needed to do were at night. And he was like, nope, your phone's off. 6 o'clock, your phone's off. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was trying to hide my phone under my bed and everything, under the covers. And then I was like, no, you know what? I'm available from 10 to 3. That's it. And I'm really setting those boundaries. And finally is owning your value. Those would be the three that I would say about owning it.
And I have to share with you that I completely agree with everything you're saying. And it's so funny because you're talking about, I'm like, oh my gosh, thankfully I've done the work and I put in the time and I understand it. And people end up respecting you when you have boundaries. They end up understanding that you know your worth. And then a lot of times it even helps them feel better about what they paid you to hire you to speak or be their coach or work for them. And I have had that experience over and over again. The simplest example, Loren, is with my commercial real estate. They joke we work banker's hours. Well, residential agents work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Well, every once in a while, a residential agent is working with me on a deal and they're texting me at 7 o'clock at night and 7 in the morning and Saturday and Sunday. And right out of the gate, I say, oh, I don't work during these hours. Please email me or text me during these hours. And they respect that.
Absolutely.
So people have this fear that if you set boundaries, people will think that you're not doing your job or you're not available. They don't understand that it's a respect. So I love that you said that so much.
It's interesting. I apologize for interrupting, but I just want to make sure I don't forget this. That's why I was writing it down. Remind myself, right? Because menopause, I'm working on it. That's why I have all the brain experts coming in.
Right?
Yeah. But I always say that if you don't have a coach that challenges you and pushes you and makes you, and honestly pisses you off a little bit, then you've got the wrong coach.
Yep.
If you've got someone that's there and just saying, you're doing this and great, and that they don't push and go, no, these are the things that we need. Obviously want to acknowledge what's great, but we also, it's like, you don't go to a seminar just to be comfortable. You go because you want to get better, right? So the same thing, you've got to look at what areas of my life do I need to own? And many people need to own their boundaries.
Oh, so much so. So much so. And I think a lot of it is based on what you said, where when you're not prioritizing yourself and you're performing and you're not really worried about you, but everybody else around you. And I think one of my favorite things to watch in women, especially because I also work with a ton of men, but with women, is really understanding and seeing that growth where they go, I owned it. There you go. What else, Loren?
So like you said, the owning it part, that's my passion. I used to call my events Own Your Worth.
Okay.
And then I was like, what? I'm freaking worthy. All these women are worthy, right? We're all worthy. That is an inherent thing that we're born with. We just make up stories of why we're not worthy. And that has to do with maybe compromising your values, compromising, what you do when you sell out a little bit. If you look at the different archetypes, sometimes we sell out, right? Because we want to fit in. And so I was like, I'm not calling it Own Your Worth anymore. I'm calling it Own It. And even the energy, I don't know if you feel it.
Completely.
Like my worth.
Completely.
I'm owning it. I'm just owning it. And for me, when I was working, with my team, deciding on what was the real message I wanted people to get. And I just own it. So living your values, the next part is living it. I want people to walk in my house and know that I'm the real deal. Like I said, I'm real, I'm raw, I'm right from the heart. What you see is what you get. Oh my gosh, she deals with challenges. She's got 4 dogs running around. She's picking up dog poop too. Life is good. So living it consistently, showing up as the leader that you are every day. And the first person you have to lead is before you can have any influence on anybody else, you have to know what inspires you, how to lead yourself. So leading and living your values, living growth and accountability, living courage in hard conversations. I think that's a big one for people, and leading and living your values in any room that you're in. I don't want to show up one way at home and differently out there in public. I had a real aha for me, and I just turned 60. And I remember I go, you know what? I'm going to sit, because there was something that I was pushing for a really long time, pushing. And then I remember sitting down, being aware of what was happening around me. And I go, you know what? I'm all good. I'm good. I am really good. I'm not a performer. I'm a person that's going to just be there to serve. I always think about, if one woman walks away with something, would it be worth my time? And my answer is always yes. Right? Yes. Or another way of saying it is, if one cow shows up, do you still feed it? Right? I think a lot of times you hear,
we got to feed it.
Right. So I think you hear a lot of people go, well, until I get on the big stage. What about that one conversation you might have with a woman in the grocery line? Or you never know how you owning it will affect the people that matter the most in your life, which is the person that, that packs your groceries or you pick up the dry cleaning from. We negate those and it's so sad. So I want everybody to own it every single day of their life.
I love that. All right, let's talk about this event. Talk to me. Tell me about it.
I'm so excited. So this is our 4th year of doing the Own It. I've always done retreats for the past 25 years. And I was getting ready to plan another Badass and Beautiful retreat. And I was like, well, hang on a second. My friends have this insane, gorgeous studio, a $22 million studio that we can broadcast around the world. It doesn't have to people don't just have to come to Vegas. I go, why wouldn't I just rent it? I can figure out how to do it. So I was like, okay, well, let me do a little test trial with another event. And I put on an event for a company. I put myself on the line, and we had 26,000 people virtually. And I was telling you, it was during Omicron. So originally we had like all these people planned to be there, and then people kept dropping like flies, but we did have about 150 people in the studio. And then we translated in 6 languages. So I was like, hang on a second. If I did it for them, why wouldn't I just do it for my passion And I was like, okay, how could I do this? And I thought of everybody that the world needs to hear from, not just big celebrities and everything, but everyday heroes, because there are so many extraordinary everyday heroes that we just don't know about, maybe because they haven't spent $100 million on Facebook ads or done anything like that. So it starts off with a gala on Friday night, and we support 4 different non-for-profits. We are honoring 2 extraordinary women in the community, Jackie Basco, who was one of the very first people that I met here in Las Vegas and the OG of entertainment, and Dr. Kate Zung, who is just, I don't know, I think we all want to, just her elegance and grace and brilliance and true to herself. Both of these women are very true to themselves. We have entertainment with Jordana Bryant. If your teenage daughter hasn't heard from her, make sure they check her out. She will be there live with us. My friend Rick Barker was Taylor Swift's first manager, and he decided not to go on the road with Taylor, but to help other young girls who wanted to be artists. And so Jordana is who he's been working with. And we also will be featuring some young girls are going to be performing that night as well. And so that we started off with the gala. So it's open to people that are here in the community as well as all of our participants. And then the next day is, I say, like taking a drink out of a fire hose. We start the day with the becoming. So it starts with our body, really getting into our body, then owning our voice, then understanding, that everything's not always perfect. And you're going to be hearing from some extraordinary women that morning and what they have created. We have a health panel. Then we have a men's panel, which is always my favorite part, because I think as women, we don't hear the impact that we've really made in men's lives. I mean, I can't tell you how, probably pretty much the majority of the men, I work with women and men as well, as you know, but how many men say, if it wasn't for my mom, if it wasn't for my wife, if it wasn't for my best friend, I wouldn't be where I am. So hearing those stories, I think, is really important for women. We have some financial people. We have one of my favorite women in the world, other than you and Angela now.
Yeah.
So, but her name is Lucy Dowdy, and she lost her husband at a very young age, and she had 2 little kids, and they had like 75 companies there. It's like, oh, you just let us take care of them. You take care of your boys. And she goes, I don't think so. And she went on, had these companies. She has hospitals now that she's created. She has wellness centers that she's created for kids in the DR. And it's just a beautiful example. And then, so a lot of amazing.
So give everybody the dates.
It is March the 20th through the 22nd. And then on the 22nd, we have Hotworks. That is always a part of our event. If you haven't done Hotworks, it's a great thing to get yourself into. And then the day, that's virtually as well. So anybody who comes on virtually, the first night also gets the second day as well. But then the third day is really special because it's all those live participants. They get to go to breakout sessions. So they hear all these different speakers on Saturday, but then on Sunday they get to go, oh, I really want to hear more from that doctor, or I really want to hear more from about brain health or finances from all these different experts. So
beautiful. Okay, where do they find out how to get a ticket?
Oh my gosh, that's a really great. I got to tell you where to go, especially this is right now.
Is it a website? Is it? And also, Loren, you're on all social media, right? They can find you that way too.
I am on all social media. I'm really excited to be launching there's a free course that I have called the Own It Method. Hang on a second, you guys. Look at me. I have to make sure I've got to say the right thing, as we say. I know we're on a time. So hang on. You're good. Face recognition right now. Is it face recognition? Come on, no face recognition. Why is my link not opening? Cancel. Hello. Of course, when you need it. I know it's lorenlahav.com, and then you can go, I think you could go to events. I'm just going to give you the other way. Go to events.
That's going to be way easier. So let's go ahead and send everybody to your website. And then also you can find Loren on all social media. So that way you can just DM her, message her, and her team will get back to you with the link as well. And you guys can also reach out to me. I have the link as well. So
I mean, we're almost sold out. We're almost sold out. I just want to say, if anybody's got any swag, if you want to put swag, I love swag, and I like the the thing about people know about me is they go bring an extra suitcase because Loren loves to give swag away.
Oh, I love that. And if you're interested in attending, you live in Las Vegas or you want to come to Las Vegas, also remember she has the virtual option. So the virtual option is really awesome and it'll give you an opportunity to be a part of it. So you don't have to come to Vegas if that doesn't work for your schedule, but definitely check it out. Own it. It's happening. Give them the dates again, Loren.
March the 20th through the 22nd. And anybody that gets a ticket, whether virtual tickets are $29 right now. Anybody that comes virtually or VIP sold out. So tickets only $297 for GA. Everybody's going to be entered to win 5 days at my house in Cabo, which holds 6 people. So it's a $5,000 value that everybody's going to be able to win an opportunity.
I love it. I love it. An opportunity to get the place. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you being here, sharing with us how to really own it. I'm so excited for your event, and everybody make sure to check it out. Make sure to go. I'll be there. It's very, very reasonable. And she gives so much value, Loren and her team. So you don't want to miss it. And thank you to everybody for listening and watching to another episode of the Successful Women's TV Show. My name is Galit Ventura-Rozen, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.